The Haunts rides again. Hey folks, welcome back to another Train Sim Classic video. I think Switchpoint Simulations is putting a bow on the SD70ACe packs. We have now got the, we'll say, unique Haunts pack, Norfolk Southern, of course, with 15 units total. It's going to come with, of course, 4K textures on all 15 units. You're going to get SD70M2s, the originals, the ACEs, IACs, ICCs, all kinds of stuff. You're going to get the one kind of weirdo unit, NS1000, with the HTCR6 test trucks, with reduced cab sway included on that unit as well. Heritage units, naturally, so 10 of those bad boys. 4 separate cabs. 2 sound sets, and that's going to be from the 710 G3B and the 710 G3C2. You're going to get multiple horns with the horn switcher on the fly. There's like 100 K5AA variations. I lied, it's actually like 8, but it's still a lot. You're going to get everything that you're going to get from all the other SD70ACe packs that they've released over the past few months, which I'm not really going to go over the engines themselves because we've kind of done that song and dance a few times now. So I'll link that in the top right hand corner if you want to go back and watch the original SD70ACe pack. These are just like builds upon builds upon builds of those. Fear not, they're not reskins. These are like legit packs. A lot of work went into these. PTC overspeed prevention is included. In-cab signaling, which works in-game, that you can use on the Bergen County line, Horseshoe Curve, New York, New Haven, New York to Philly, New Jersey Coastline and Morristown line, Sherman Hill, which I don't know why you'd be using these there, but you could, and the Washington to Baltimore line as well. So you're going to get CS in LCL and CS cab signaling variations, and there's just a lot of stuff in this pack. So let's not waste any more time and get in it. Like always with the SPS stuff, you're going to get a very nice, very detailed manual telling you everything that has gone into the pack, all the different variations, how to run this son of a biscuit, and practically everything you need to know about all these ACE variants. Included. Free. The whole pack is free, so the manual's free. That'd be funny. They ought to make you pay for the manual. Pack's free, manual is not. I'd buy it. Alright, we are in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And this is the pack, guys. This is everything you're gonna get in this pack. It is a lot. The 10 very lovely, very vibrantly colorful heritables. And then the M2, IACs, ICCs, ACEs. And the 1000. Yeah, there's the 1000 there. But we got a lot to go over. Let's start with the heritables. Ooh, that's a lot of noise coming from these 710s. Big old chunguses. Alright, firstly, 1065, the Savannah and Atlanta. Savannah and Atlanta was a near 150-mile line running from Kamek, which is just west of Augusta, Georgia, to Savannah, its namesake, later absorbed into the central of Georgia in 1951, and then obviously became part of what is now Norfolk Southern today, like all of these engines. New York Central, number 1066, obviously a well-known network operating from the Great Lakes to the Mid-Atlantic, connecting booming cities back in the day. Industrial heydays such as New York and Boston, obviously to the east over to Chicago and St. Louis in the Midwest, established in 1853, later merging with Pennsy to form the name we shan't name in 1968. The Reading network forming in 1924, spreading from New Jersey, Maryland, Delaware into East Pennsylvania, becoming a part of Conrail in 1976. Erie, lines stretching again from the mid-Atlantic to Chicago, forming in 1832 and merging with rival Delaware, Lackawanna, and Western to form the beautiful Erie, Lackawanna in 1960. I do declare it's the Virginian. Within Western Virginia and Virginia itself, its namesake, created to haul high-quality bituminous coal to the port at Hampton Roads, Virginia. Operational 1907 and 1959, merging with Norfolk and Western in 1959. Wabash. I'm going to say Wabash. I get the feeling people from there say Wabash or Wabash or something. I'm going to say Wabash. Looks like Wabash. Maybe they say Wabash. I don't know. We'll go with that, though. Another Midwestern line running through many states in the region with a direct line to Kansas City. Back in the day, it linked Kansas City and Detroit, kind of negating a lot of other lines at the time, which helped them with their mainline freight. Operational 1837 to 1964, of course, later merging with Norfolk and Western as well. Gabagool Central, Jersey Central. Origins date back to 1830, running to southern New Jersey all the way at the Bibbidi Bottom up to New York City, reaching west as far as Scranton, Pennsylvania. Helped form Conrail in 1976 for freight, while the Raritan Valley line became its passenger operations successor. Illinois Terminal, kind of one of the goobers of the pack, and I don't know if I'd say a goober of a railroad, but they were a highly profitable kind of inter-urban electric streetcar train operation pre-Depression era in the 20th century. Post-Depression era, they became the Illinois Terminal, which was a vital link between two major interchanges, or actually three, I think, from Peoria to Danville and St. Louis. They operated 1896 to 1982, also becoming a part of Norfolk and Western, obviously. No context needed. And my baby. To me, the prettiest out of this whole Heritable collection. The Lackawanna. Even the name, just... it's like a fine wine, even though I don't drink wine. I don't know how to describe it, but Lackawanna, another well-known northeastern road dating to 1851, serving New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, forming the Erie Lackawanna by merging with Erie in 1960. Alright, we'll just do a quick looky-loo of the heritable units. As with a lot of the switch-point simulation stuff, they look fantastic. The font, the coloring, the script, everything looks on point. You've got your electromotive and progress rail build stickers. I mean, the friggin' PTC array on top, just so crispy looking, that equipment. You've got decals everywhere where necessary. The weathering is very nice. It stands out quite a bit, but not too much. You know, it's not too dirty. Still got the nice, crazy detailed FRA reflectives. Pretty cool. Oh, love the old stripe plows like that. So there's your Savannah and Atlanta. Here's your New York Central Lightning. Epic looking locomotives. I mean, they all look great. They honestly look great. I love the Erie one. It's another fantastic looking, just the color combos pop. The reading as well. Reading. I can't not do it. It's looks like it says reading. It says reading. I know people say Reading. I'm sorry, not sorry. Beeline service looks cool as well. Just very nice looking engines. They pop. They fit with the environments very well on all these maps and other rolling stock, with them not being too clean or too dirty. There's our Virginian as well, which looks very nice too. We got the Wabash over here. The flag on there. Just all fantastic looking locomotives. We're not even going to look at the mating snakes back there. I shouldn't even put that one down. I should have thrown it in the trees back there. A Jersey Central. So definitely some of the color combos of all times. Blue and orange and yellow. And then Illinois Terminal. And then let's go check out them boys in the back. Alright, now for the modern, more well-seen units, I guess we'll say. We'll start with this one right here, the old ACE. This one's neat because it's actually got the thing on there that says under warranty. That is actually an option that you can change, I believe, within the editor if you would like. This one, of course, has the ISO cab being an ACE, electromotive decal on there, which looks very frosh. Very, very frosh. Revised filter panels, which would be these bad boys right here. I think they looked a little bit different, the older ones. Maybe they were, these are kind of like horizontal the way it's stacked. So maybe they were vertical. I don't know. We'll have to find one. This one's got like the new brake wheel, or the revised brake wheel, a bunch of other stuff. These were all different. With different parts like the jack pads, the curved handrails, the curve, you know, anti-lifters, or I forget the name of it, where a engine's not supposed to lift another engine up. You know, all that stuff. Just like the other SD70ACe packs, there are lots and lots of differences and variations between all of these. We'll get in one and mess around with the intricacies in just a moment. I got a train set up on the Bergen line. We'll run a little bit. But over here is the number 1000. The unique one with them funky HTC R6 trucks. ISO as well. Pretty much the same as the ACE with these trucks and a few other bits and bobs. And you can tell the trucks do be different. These were cast, obviously. So like it's all one big cast block, the truck itself. Whereas these were fabricated or manufactured. It was kind of like a test bed, or I think these were actually retrofitted on this unit. Basically just to test them out, see how they do. They were supposed to make the ride a little bit more comfortable, less bouncy, things like that, and help with, I think, putting power down overall and just better traction. With all these units, you will notice different things like different PTC antenna array and whatnot. There we go. So that far unit there, that's the M2. That is the original filter panel, which I was talking about. So that's the original there, and then all these have the revised. Kind of looks like a file cabinet. So that's what I was looking for. So alrighty, good deal. Over in the middle we got 1233. That is the IAC. It's generally going to have the newer PTC antenna array up top. Isolated cab as well. IAC and ICC inverters, so they were upgraded from obviously the M2s, which were DC traction, to AC traction. And the IACs, they were basically a tier 4 credit to match the ACE deliveries, I guess, that were tier 4 standard or as built. So the IACs were built by Progress Rail, and the IAC stood for individual axle control. And you should note some Progress Rail stickers, like here, this one's got it. Assembled in America. It actually says ICC on there. These can have variations as well. That one says ACE. I mean, they're all ACEs, essentially. This one over here is the ICC, which was an M2 rebuild, like all of these, with AC traction by Progress Rail, which has got the sticker on there. G3C prime mover, and rebuilt from the Norfolk Southern and PRLX M2s. And then we got the old boy over here, the M2. Non-ISO cab. You know, different things can be changed with the antenna array and PTC and stuff like that. So you will have different variations. This one's got a rear horn mount, bell mount, which these do not, the more modern ones. And just, there's a bunch of little awesome details that go into these packs, which is perfect to look at in the manual. All right, guys, we are on the Bergen County line, one of the best North American routes in my eyes, easily top 5, and it's free. It's on the workshop. Of course, there's requirements like most freeware routes, but it's epic, and you can absolutely run these here as with a ton of other rolling stock, whether it be freight, passenger, from the 1960s on up to today. So the Bergen line is an epic route, especially to run these, and the end cap signaling should work. So we have loaded up this beautiful baby back here on its home rails, the Lackawanna unit, and I believe I put down the ICC. Yes, I did, as denoted by the sticker on the side. So we're going to mess around with those individual axle controls. Again, we got the Progress Rail sticker on there. Original build date 2005. Repowered 2023. So these had different power ratings as well. I can't exactly remember, but some of them were rated at like 4,300 horsepower, and then I think some 45. There were like different number ranges. Norfolk Southern goes crazy with some of the rebuilds and just all the different variations. It's insane. Thank God for the internet and databases upon that. Let's get in this bad girl. Alright, we'll go ahead and set her up here. Throw that switch to run. We'll crack a winder. That little sound in here. Throw the reverser in. I was going to say reverser light. I don't know why. It's definitely not a light. It is a thick plastic key. Number board lights. On board lights. Alright, we are ready to roll. Let's throw her forwards. Go ahead and start coming off that train brake. We got the locomotive brake applied. We'll crack that window too. We'll get some radio channels in here. So just like all the other packs, we got radio channels 016, 065, and 022. We'll go with 065. Dormanhan Fernandez, come back. Do you got me? Over. I don't think he does. Old Dan. All right, let's get this thing rolling. What were we gonna do? All right. Oh, so we've got our systems here, right? We'll go over that in just a second. Let's get our PTC speed prevention set up here. Obviously, it says cut out. You're going to hit Shift P, get that active. As denoted in the manual, it tells you when it's activated at certain speeds and things like that. You can even change the time as well. This is currently not correct for me, as it's 8:50 a.m. Maybe like a daylight savings time type thing. Let's get the alerter on. That is Shift Q. Let's check out our consist here. So we are 4,850 feet, 11,878 ton. And we're just going to run down the road a little bit, check some things out. We got a horn switcher we're going to check out here. So first things first, let's see what we got on here by default. That very nice clean E-bell out. That's one of the mean sounding LLAs. Alright, let's give her a couple notches. Get rid of the independent brake. Look at our numbers. Alright, we've got some axle. Give her another notch. Alright, let's close that winder a little bit. Alright, let's check out what horns we have got. So you can change these on the fly, so you don't have to pop down a specific locomotive. I think it's Control Shift Space. Alright, so Nathan K3L, this is from NS 1210. That definitely sounds like a K3. Very nice. What else we got here? K5LLA, this is 1065, 1067, and I couldn't see the other number. Oh, it's like it's almost like a detuned or like a downrated. Nice sound. Yeah, you're not gonna mistake that thing coming around the bend from a distance. Here we got K5LLA 1066. It sounds good, but it does this weird stuff in the beginning. I don't know what's going on with that sound. It goes, it does this weird thing. It almost sounds like a radio or some other kind of sound is like competing with it. K5LLA 1068. That subbitch sounds pretty good. That's clean. That is clean. What else we got here? NS1069 LLA. That's more, it's got that shrill vibe, like it's got a restrictor plate like a NASCAR. This is the K1L13 from 1070. That sounds awesome. I've been looking forward to hearing that one. I've not heard that one yet, and it did not disappoint. That sounds absolutely epic. Let's get down here. This is one of the coolest spots, BT Dubs, on the Bergen line. This old truss bridge. Let's just act like they're giving us a little show here, coming across the bridge. Give that horn a rip. Get a couple notches up. We're still going under the speed limit by 15 miles an hour, so we're pretty good. There she is. Such a scenic spot. This bridge here. Did I turn the lights on? Yes, I did. Okay, you can see the ditches flashing. Which the ditches flash. I totally glazed over that as well. Norfolk Southern isms. You can see them blinking back and forth. God dang, that horn sounds good. All right, let's see if we got any other ones. Control shift space again. This is from 1071. That is a very clean sample. 1073. Whoa. Man, that thing is insane. It's amazing how one horn can sound so different. So many variants. 1074. Yeah, it sounds like it's on his last leg. Generic. Just your standard double LA sound, I guess. K3L 1210. Okay, I think. Yeah, so we went through them all. But you get a lot of variation with the horns, which is pretty badass. All right, the in-cab signaling. So it's not too much different than the in-cab signaling on the Union Pacific units, for those that may have seen that video on the ACE pack that Switchpoint released. For those, got our in-cab signaling up here by GE Transportation Systems. So CS only alerts you of an adverse signal during passing, as far as I understand it. That's got like an approach or a restriction or something like that. An alert will sound and you must clear that within 7 seconds or your PCS trips and your train rips or stops. Hopefully it doesn't rip, it just stops. So that's CS only. I believe that's what I've got it on right now. So you can hit Shift E to change it. Oh, now it's on CS only. Jesus, I swear I already had it. Alright, so I just hit the alerter on that. The alerter almost went off. I guess the bell finally got me. But as you can see, since I put it on CS only, and predominantly CS only would have been like old Conrail trackage, and this do be old Conrail trackage, so it works perfectly. So it's showing that we are 5x5 up there. If you change it to CSLSL, you go ahead and slow down. We're starting to rip it a little bit here. Bring it down to 1 notch there. LSL is loco speed limiter, same as the CS with a speed monitoring, which can basically trip the PCS as well, but you will not get a warning on that. So if you run that bad boy on, say, Washington to Baltimore or something like that, or Northeast Corridor, that's predominantly where the LSL type is ran, or the Keystone Corridor as well. And again, Shift E will change it. Let's see what it'll do out here. Probably not much, which it's all built into the signals within the game. So it's not so much down to the train or the locomotive. It's talking to the signals essentially. And the signals are built in basically from Dovetail, I think, for the most part. There's LSL. It's not really going to change because it's, you know, it's just a different type of signaling out here. The CS overridden, so that just means it's currently off right now. And then now we have it to CS on. I didn't really plan this out like an idiot. Let's clear that alerter. I don't know if I can throw an adverse up here, but I know it does work because I tested it out with the ACE pack, and a lot of it's like the same bones. Yeah, I mean, it's a single line way up the road here. Because we're out almost up near damn Pennsylvania, you know, in this portion of the Bergen line. I mean, this map is friggin' huge. Absolutely friggin' huge. I love the Bergen line. Glad these came out because I haven't run the Bergen line in a long time. And it just feels good to be back. So the Bergen line is awesome. Also, I totally glazed over as well. You got your eye in the sky. Big brother watching you. So if you're scratching your ass or picking your boogers, they're gonna be seeing it, which is you know, pretty much what those are for. They just want to spy on your privacy. We got black seats as well. You know, the weathering on the inside of the cab and everything still looks good. You've got literally everything all the other packs do as well. I don't want to drag this out because it's as good as all those other packs, but it's just Norfolk Southern and special Norfolk Southern things. It's still got your distance counter, still got your croissant. And let's see what we can read back here. You got your different views. Let's see here. We got Dan Hernandez in Hotlanta, Georgia. Hotlanta. Event recorder, annual test. Tested the handbrake. Tested the hammer and the air brakes. Let's see what else we got on here. We got some dates. Atlanta, Georgia. So yeah, this is, you know, these things run through Atlanta. Absolutely. Atlanta's a big hub for Norfolk Southern for shizzle. In one of the 4300. I can't, there's, maybe the units are 4,000 and 4,300 horsepower, but I swear there's, the ACU is 45. I can't remember. There's all the friggin' rebuilds, man. I can't keep up with all that. I'm not that astute when it comes to crazy rebuilds and tier 2 emission gobbledygook. And we can notice anything else on here. Shitter is still indeed full. Somebody needs to clean these things out. That is disgusting. They've still got your auto start, your cold start. You can shut them down. Again, literally everything that you can do on the other awesome ACE packs. You can even go outside and go to the hand wheel back here in that view and just ride on the side. But that's it, guys. The Norfolk Southern Haunts pack. Just like all the other awesome ACE packs, but with Norfolk Southern isms. I'll link it down below as usual. Go and pick it up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.